Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Firstly, thank you to everyone who supports me over on Patreon. Your contributions help me to keep making videos like this. So if you've been here a while, you might remember that last December I did Vlogmas, and during Vlogmas I made my candy cane dress. And at the end of it, I wasn't particularly happy with the dress. I wasn't particularly happy with how it turned out. It was kind of made partly as an experiment to try and hide corsets better in corseted gowns. That part of it worked. I was really happy with how the internal corset worked out. But I just wasn't happy with some other parts of it, especially the bow on the shoulder. It didn't really come out like I wanted it to. I went looking for wired ribbon at the time, but it was almost Christmas by then and everything had sold out. So I don't think I even photographed it when I finished it. I filmed the last video of doing it and I didn't even take any pictures of it because I really was, just not happy with it. And it's actually just sat on a mannequin in my studio for the last year. And then last month, Jazida was here for her fitting for her outfit in the videos that I've just shared. And she asked if she could try it on, and she put it on, and this dress just came to life. And after a year of looking at it on this mannequin and just not being happy with it, suddenly I fell in love with it. So today we are going to do a photo shoot with Jazida wearing the candy cane dress, but I need to make a few alterations before she can wear it. It was a little bit big on her, so I'm going to do some quick alterations. I'm going to revamp the shoulder bow, and I need to take up the hem at the front a little bit as well. I've also been working on a Christmas themed corset body for her as well, which I'm just finishing off. Today's a bit crazy because I've got to get all of this done. And then I have to build the set. So we're actually going to set up a Christmas tree in the studio and have the Rockstars Royalty Studio, but kind of Christmassy, and we're going to shoot in here this afternoon. So when I made this dress, I made the internal corset with a zip, and then there's an invisible zip on the outside layer. So to make it fit Jazida, I'm actually going to take this zip out and I'm going to put some boning and some eyelets in so we can just pull it a little bit tighter on her. I'm probably not going to have time to redo the zip today, but I can do that afterwards. But for a photo shoot, we can just pin it. So one of the bits that I wasn't happy with was that I put the zip in first and then I hand stitched these bits because I thought it would be easier to get them to line up across the zip than it would stitching them in, but they never look very tidy and I was never happy with that. So when I take the zip in eventually, I will stitch them in with the zip and hopefully get a better line across there. But that's not something I'm going to do for today because we just don't have time. I never finished the ends up here. Look at that. I was so annoyed with it. I didn't even finish it properly. So I need to just do some hand sewing just so the ends of my candy cane stripes down to the inside of the dress. I need to just shorten the shoulder strap a little bit, which is pretty simple. And then I'm going to revamp this bow. So I'm going to get as many of these alterations done as I can before it's time for me to start setting up the set for the photo shoot. Everything else we're just going to pin and wing it for the shoot, which is something that happens on photo shoots a lot. It sounds like it's a bit crazy, but often when you do photo shoots with garments, they don't fit the model properly, so you end up having to use bulldog clips down the back. You end up having to sort of photograph at angles because things are pinned in to make it look right. So that's what we're going to have to do today. We'll still get amazing pictures, even if the fit isn't 100%. And I'll show you how you can fit a garment on someone who it doesn't fit, who it's not made for, to look good in photos. So to revamp the shoulder piece that I wasn't happy with, I found this glitter wired ribbon in Lincraft. There's 30 meters on here. So all I'm going to do is kind of wind this through the shoulder piece I have already and try and make it look a lot more 3D than it did last time, and more like a Christmas present bow. So I've cut a piece of ribbon the same length as my tails and I've pinned them together. And now I've got a piece of wire and I'm going to start making loops of my ribbon, and then I'm going to wire it all together and then pull it out into the bow, and then I'm going to join it onto my original fabric bow. So I'm just going to loop it over into the middle, and then I'm just going to pin it as I go, making sure they're about the same width. And then each bow I'll put a new pin in, each loop I'll put a new pin in just to hold it into position. I reckon that's probably enough loops now. Let's put my pin back through for a sec. And now I'm going to make sure I'm kind of even. Just fold it in half, make sure my pin is still in the middle. And now I'm just going to hold it together with some wire. So this is just my florist wire that I use, which is green unfortunately, but I think it'll be right. So now I can sort of just pull these loops out to make my bow. Oh, that's so much better already. Excellent. So that's my new bow. I've still got the elements of my old bow in there because they need to blend with the stripes on the candy cane dress at the minute. But now I've got my new bow, my ribbon that's making it glittery and bigger and lovely and sparkly. And then the same on my swag. So once I join them together and have that ready to sit on the shoulder, that's going to give me the look of the bow that I was after last year that I didn't quite achieve by trying to do it in fabric and not wired ribbon. Okay, so I've finished the alterations to the candy cane dress as much as I can. So I've taken out the internal zip at the back. I've taken off about 1 inch either side and replaced it with some straight steel boning and some eyelets so we can lace it up so it's going to fit Jazida a bit better. But what we haven't done is fit the zip yet, so that's going to be baggy. So once we put it on, I'll show you how I'm going to pin that to make it work for the photo shoot. And then from there we'll have to work out what angles we can and can't shoot at in case it looks a bit dodgy. The other thing I've done is just shorten the hem at the front. We've left it long at the back and it looks really nice with a little train now. To do that, I just opened up one of the internal seams of the lining and pulled it through and did a bag hem, which gives us a, which gives us a really neat finish because there's 3 layers that we've had to hem together there. And then you saw my finished bow, which I haven't put on. I'm going to pin that on once Jazida's got the dress on. And then this is our finished Christmas corset body. So I've used the same corset body pattern that I used for Jazida. I'll link to the videos below of how I made the pattern and how I make the corset as well. And then we've embellished it with some little sort of fluffy marabou strips which I got in Spotlight, and then just some marabou all the way around the edge as well, which has given this really lovely fat fluffy edging to it. And then I've used 2 colours of red crystals. I've used dark cyan and light cyan. I ran out of time to do them heavily all over, so I've just concentrated on the waist. But from a distance, the 2 reds together give a really good sparkle. Meanwhile, in my studio, Jazida and Sian are here, and Lily has been helping, and we have built a set to shoot both these pieces in. We've Christmassy-fied my studio. So this is Jazida.
Hello, I'm Jazida. I'm very, very honoured to be here with the incredible Vicky from Rockstars and Royalty, huge fan. I'm really excited to be working with Vicky. Vicky has actually been sponsoring quite a few of the things I've been doing. Not only did she sponsor Miss Burlesque ACT last weekend, but she's also a sponsor for my new fundraising gala, which is launching Jazida, which is a new studio that I'm opening up in Belconnen, and I'm right in the middle of doing fit outs at the moment. So I'm really thrilled to be collaborating with this incredible genius who's just been so generous with her time and capabilities, and here we are in her gorgeous Christmas set. So lucky.
Tell us more about Jazida.
So Jazida, I'm calling it an alternate performing arts hub. So it's a space that's dedicated to all of the art forms that are, I guess, on the fringe. So things like burlesque, drag, comedy, belly dance, cabaret, circus. The things that are sort of out of the mainstream. And yeah, it's kind of a space where artists can do professional development, they can learn to grow, and they can also get performance opportunities because the space sort of is like dual. It's like for learning and classes during the day, and then shows and little boutique events by night.
It's going to be amazing. And when do you open?
The launch is on the 30th of January, and the fundraiser is this weekend, the 19th of December.
Amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited to come and see it. And then our photographer today, it's Sian, who is not just a photographer. Tell us about all the amazing things you do.
Oh God, I've just forgotten everything I ever done. Hi, I'm Sian. I'm a model and circus performer, burlesque dancer, photographer, makeup artist. I do all the things. I like doing things, and I'm a little bit starstruck to be doing the things with this team of such cool people. I don't know how I've conned my way into this.
Oh, because you're amazing. That's how. So, and then we have Miss Lily, who has been helping us build this awesome set today. You got a good eye for styling, my love. Lily's my offspring. My spawn. Of course, you've met Lily before when I've made dresses for her. And you've done an amazing job helping. Thank you. We couldn't have got it ready in time without you, so thank you. All right, we're going to get ready for the first look for this shoot. All right, so look 1 is the corset body, and then we've accessorised it with black boots for that kind of Santa vibe, and then we've just tied some marabou around Jazida's wrists and at the top of the boots, some big blingy earrings, and some little berries in the hair. So look 1 is ready to shoot. I feel so unglamorous next to you. Okay, so Jazida is in the dress, and the fit is really good now with the lace up back, but because I haven't had time to do the zip, we're just going to have to pin it today for the shoot, and then I'm going to change it afterwards. So if you can turn around for me. I'm going to try and pin it as flat as possible, so because you can bulldog clip things in, but then you're really limited to angles that you can shoot from, so anything sort of that's more than sort of that far on, you're starting to see what's clipped at the back. So I'm going to try and pin it as flat as possible, so we won't be able to shoot from the back, but we should still be able to get some really good angles for the dress. And then later on I will change the zip and try and get all my candy cane stripes to line up, which was, I didn't think it through when I started making the dress. I didn't think quite how difficult that part was going to be. That's how it looks from the back, which is, yeah, it's not lining up and it's pinned. But from the front, side front, and even like slightly round to the back, it's going to look fine. So next up, we're going to pin your giant bow on your shoulder. All right, what are we thinking there?
Yes.
Can we see you still?
The front? Yeah.
Yes.
Does it need to go back a bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, back a bit is better, yeah.
I'll do it there, so then we've got the ribbon down the back of the
that's
shoulder.
great. Yeah.
Alright, so we've got the bow pinned on, and I've just pulled the ends of each curl just to make them nice and round because they had got a bit flat. Does it feel secure?
It does. It feels very in.
But I'm gonna, find a better way to attach it than pins. But for now, for a shoot, that's all you need. So the last thing I want to do is just really exaggerate this mermaid shape, this fishtail, which is something you can't often do when you're actually making dresses because you can't walk in them, you can't sit in them. But for photo shoots where if you've got your model standing up, you can go really tight and really exaggerated. And I'm going to do that again just by pinning in at the back. And instead of pinning it like that and leaving a flap, I'm going to fold it and try and keep it as flat as possible. So again, we maximise the number of angles that we can take shots from. If you're doing this for a shoot, make sure you take the pins out before you get your model sitting down for any shots though, because no one wants a pin in their backside. So this is our exaggerated fishtail mermaid dress. And I think we're ready to shoot. it's a wrap. We got all the shots. We got both outfits done. I can't wait to see the pictures. I'm so excited. So excited. Cheers.
Cheers!
Thanks, guys. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy whatever you celebrate or not. And I'll see you next year.
And thank you to you, Vicky, the one and only
Vicky.
superstar of
Yay.
Rockstars and Royalty.
Royalty.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next year.